Let's move on now to the Green Bay Packers and our Rookie Watch series, where Ryan and I, we break down the one rookie that is going to have the biggest impact on the team's overall success in the 2023 NFL season. But before we do that, if you have not already, hit the subscribe button. Also ring the bell to get notified when Ryan and I create new content. We are doing a rookie preview series for all 32 teams. And also, once when the regular season starts, we'll be having a brotherly competition where we will select every single game on who we feel is going to win and keep score throughout the entire season. And so there'll be 16 videos coming out every single week throughout the regular season. So if you want to see how the Packers will do and also just see how the competition's doing, see who's better at picking games, be sure to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell. It is the easiest way to get notified when videos come out. And Ryan, this one's going to be a little bit unique just because we're not just doing one rookie. We're kind of really more doing a position. And it's because of the Packers, it is unique to draft. I would say maybe not in the receiver position to draft twice in a draft, but then to draft two tight ends within about 30 picks of one another.
Yeah, actually, I thought they were closer than that. I thought it was like
potentially 15. Could have even been closer. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. That is very unique, especially too considering that there is nobody else really on this team that's going to be competing for them. They're the two starters.
Yeah, they're the only two tight ends on the roster, I believe.
They did draft Josiah DeGura in the third round of 2020. But the fact that these two guys on the depth chart are in front of him, I'm going to guess that he might not make it in the NFL. But with Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave, very unique circumstance right here just because it's not uncommon to have multiple tight end rookies on your team, like the Dallas Cowboys did last year. But Peyton Hendershot was undrafted free agent.
Yeah.
And then actually, but then this time, though, they spent two picks back to back. And I think if I'm not mistaken, I think it went Jaden Reed, Luke Musgrave, a defensive player, and then Tucker Kraft. So they picked three.
Yeah, Lucas Van Ness, Jaden Reed, and then Tucker Kraft, and then Luke Musgrave, I thought.
I thought there was somebody in between, but we could pull that up here in a second. But either way, though, very unique because then it's going to be what like normally you're competing with like a veteran who like has made his way in the NFL, then you can learn from him. But now like these two guys, like they're going to be learning on the fly. And it's going to be very interesting to see how Matt LaFleur utilizes both of them in the offense because I have a feeling that there's probably going to be a lot of two tight end sets. They are very, very young pass catching team. And so Aaron Jones actually, I think is the oldest guy on the offense outside of David Bakhtiari. And so he has the most experience from any of the skill position players on the offensive side of the ball. So how he utilizes them. Also, then you throw in Jordan Love first year as a starter. I know it's his fourth season in the NFL. Just very interesting to watch. I think these two guys, they're going to have to be successful, or at least one of them is going to have to be successful to have like solidify that tight end spot. Yeah. Also, then just for this season, but also then moving forward, knowing like who's the guy, And so I feel like they're also they're kind of different tight ends as well.
Yeah, they are. So Luke Musgrave is much more of a receiving tight end, whereas Tucker Kraft is the traditional inline tight end that can go out for routes. He's a much better blocker than Luke Musgrave. And he's also much older. Luke Musgrave, I believe, is 21 coming out of Oregon. He missed his entire junior season due to an injury. And so he has a lot less experience. And actually, I will say, so it was Lucas Van Ness, Luke Musgrave in the second round, Jaden Reed, then Tucker Kraft.
So Jaden Reed was actually, wasn't even picked first. Okay.
Yeah.
So they are both 22.
They're both 22? Okay.
Yeah. They'll be 23 at some point this year.
Okay. And so for me, I think you look, they passed on the Jackson Smith and Jigba, right? We both thought pre-draft he would be a perfect fit for that middle of the field, keep Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs in more one-on-one situations on the outside.
Yeah.
Whereas now they went the Luke Musgrave, Tucker Kraft route. And now one of those guys I feel like has to take that possession kind of binky, best friend of the quarterback type guy because they don't really have that. Jaden Reed is also not that. Jaden Reed actually was one of the better deep threats coming into this class. And then so now they have three young deep threat wide receivers in Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, and now Jaden Reed. That, again, still leaves these two tight ends to be the guys over the middle, kind of maybe trying to bring those safeties down a little to prevent them from just taking 6, 8, 10 yards every single play.
Yeah.
And so one of these rookie tight ends has to catch on for this offense, in my opinion, to be successful.
Well, and it's interesting too. I would think that I feel like there's going to be a lot of 12 personnel with them. That's one running back, 2 tight ends.
Yeah.
Because as Jaden Reed keeps kind of developing, you're going to have Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs on the outside, and with they're both unique skill sets. I think there's going to be a lot of that 12 personnel is to help with any sort of blocking. Also, I think it really puts a big mystery box over what the play is going to be, because it could be a play action where both tight ends go out, one tight end could stay, which tight end's going to be the one that goes. And Christian Watson is going to be kind of a mismatch already just with his overall size and speed. And if that connection with Jordan Love keeps going, it's really going to open up the offense. It's going to be a very unique type of offense that we're going to see, especially too coming after the Aaron Rodgers chapter in Green Bay, where the past couple of years, outside of last year, it was like almost it seemed like you had Aaron Jones in the backfield and like 4 wide receivers.
Yeah,
and Aaron Rodgers just like picking off the defense, just knowing which guys are going to be open. So it makes it very unique. I think I feel like part of this move was kind of to see like it's like roll the dice. One of these guys is going to have to be at least a competent tight end if one doesn't pan out. So you can kind of keep building for the future, because I think there is going to be a kind of rebuilding period for sure for this Packers team, especially also the offense, just with how young it is. You got to see if Jordan Love is the guy. You got to have Christian Watson, who I think can be the guy. Like, he still needs to keep developing in this young offense. David Bakhtiari is getting a little bit older. He's in his early 30s now, and so and struggled with injuries last year. So all that being said, I think the tight end position is huge, just because you want to have that solidified spot. And now if you get two guys that work out really well, and I think that they both have very unique skill sets, as you've already talked about. It is going to be crucial to watch both of their development, see which guy is going to be getting a majority of the first team reps.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think they'll probably split it, but both of these guys will for sure be playing a lot, I think, early on in the season, just because they don't have that depth there.
Yeah.
And I think one of these guys is bound to catch on and have a little bit of a breakout rookie season. So I'm excited for it. I think the Packers, they have a lot of questions to answer, but in my opinion, they're good questions, right? They're exciting and fun. And if they can answer those questions and play well, I mean, shoot, they could be looking at possibly winning the division and going on to the playoffs. So
potentially. I mean, I think they can still make the playoffs. The NFC's pretty weak division. I think they're going to need some help with the division. So
some teams would have to underperform, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility.
No, it's not out of the realm of possibility compared to some of the other divisions. But there's just a lot of question marks. That was one of the things, too, we saw last year, like with the receiving core from Green Bay. Very young, and we all came in like that. It's not going to matter too much. And it took Watson and Dobbs a second to get used to the system and get used to the NFL speed. Now, in the second half of the season, Christian Watson almost seemed unstoppable. And if he does have his sea legs now and he knows what he's doing and Jordan Love can keep up with him, that's going to be a fun receiving duo to watch. And then if they have a lethal tight end option as well, who is still developing in either Tucker Kraft or Luke Musgrave, then it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun team to watch this year.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. But let's go ahead and wrap up this video here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe and leave a comment down below on who your favorite Packers rookie is going to be to watch in 2023. And other than that, we'll see you guys next time.